guys. Welcome to the Save Continue podcast, where every week we get together and talk about video games and video game related stuff. I'm Shanae Howard. With me, as always, is Tommy Shelby.
Hello. I was moving this because you could see my shirt and it looked kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I was moving it.
It's like a guy is sitting next to you.
Yeah. Hi.
And Ryan Robinson.
Hi. I'm the guy sitting next to Tom.
Yeah. The man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
I guess I should say we get together every other week now, but I just got in a habit.
Yeah. Well, no one told you to do that.
No one told you.
That's fine. That's fair. What have y'all been playing since the last time we talked?
So I got this game called Lost in Vivo.
Okay.
And it's so fucking cool.
Okay.
It's a horror game, like an indie horror game. First person, but like obviously takes a lot of cues from Silent Hill and Eternal Darkness. And it's super scary. I like it a lot.
Okay, what's the premise?
All right, so really light on premise, right? But like there's a lot to read, so I'm sure there's a bigger story there.
Right.
So far, all I know is I'm going for a walk with my service dog.
Okay.
And it starts raining quite heavily. And there's a broken storm drain.
That's Silent Hill right there.
And the service dog gets washed down the storm drain.
What the fuck?
Oh, God.
So you enter the sewers in search of your service dog.
Gross. How much poop is there?
I haven't seen any poop.
Okay.
It's too dark to tell.
Sure.
Super cool, like very, like visually very Silent Hill, right?
Yeah.
And even like with the map and the combat, like it's first person, but the combat's still kind of janky.
Sure.
But like, it does so much of like the Eternal Darkness shit of like making you think that you deleted your save.
Ugh.
And like
The greatest fear.
like you'll get like this Unity bug menu pop up, you know?
Yeah.
Like random shit like that.
Oh, okay.
You know? It's super cool. Super cool.
Right.
I've also been playing a lot of mods. So I played all the way through GoldenEye 1964, which is basically like a mod for GoldenEye that makes it, 16:9, 1080p resolution, mouse and keyboard.
Right.
Super fun, really good. Like, people that say GoldenEye doesn't hold up, like they haven't played it, Like you need to play it. Like it holds up very well.
Yeah. I know I've always appreciated GoldenEye for what it was, but I don't ever feel like I had the attachment to it that a lot of people did.
Yeah.
But I'd like to try it with mouse and keyboard. That sounds pretty fun.
No, wrong. Mouse and keyboard, like Metroid, makes it way too easy.
Oh, sure.
Way too. I'm going through the game on double O agent, no problem.
Yeah, but but Tom, like that's
But-
the thing about James Bond is it's very easy for him. So
Sure.
the easier you can
Sure.
make it, the more like James Bond you feel.
It's called immersion.
And then over the last couple of days, I played through a GZ Doom mod called DR4. And I kind of wanted to do a topic on this, but I think I'm going to save it for the upcoming FPS show.
Yeah.
In that, like, it's a mod, and ZeniMax, of all people, sent them a cease and desist. Right?
Yeah.
But, like, Doom has been modded since the fucking 90s. There's
Yeah.
nothing illegal about it.
Like in fact, like that's
And ZeniMax's games, Skyrim, Fallout, are like some of the most heavily modded games.
Yeah, and
but this specific mod,
yeah.
they're like, no, you got to stop.
Why?
I don't know. Anyways, their lawyers told them that they would probably win, but they cannot afford the legal fees, so it's just gone. Of course, if you know how to use a search engine, it's really not that difficult to find.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is basically done, start to finish. So basically, it's Doom. It's regular ass Doom, but like everything's like polygonal now, and textures are highly improved, and lighting is improved, and like it's Doom,
yeah.
you know. But it's super fun.
Well,
well, that's it really. I've been playing a lot of something else, but we'll talk about that on the show.
Okay.
What about you, Ryan?
Okay, here we go. All right, so the second No Man's Sky expedition has started the other day, and I've been playing a little bit of that. It's got the first expedition that they did had a time frame of about 2 months. This one is much shorter at like 2 weeks, but the progression feels a lot faster. So I've been having some fun with that. Playing a little bit of Returnal here and there. Still beating my head against the wall on that second boss. Still having a great time though. I really like that game a lot. Been playing a lot of Borderlands 2 with my wife. It's a Borderlands marathon. We just finished the base game campaign, and so we started the first DLC last night, the one with all the pirates. So that's neat.
Yar!
Yeah, yar, matey. Yar. Borderlands, matey. Anyway, you know.
Handsome Jack sounds like a pirate name.
Sure, it does. It really does. More so than Captain Scarlet, I think. But
or Claptrap.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck Claptrap. I hate that dude.
Doesn't really sound like a pirate name.
All the homies hate Claptrap.
Yep.
But also the Mass Effect Legendary Edition came out. So I've been playing a little bit.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I've been playing a little bit of that. Have some feelings about it. 10 years later, just like not like mechanically speaking. Like the game is still the game, right? But like there's just some other things that like I'm not really gonna get deep into right now. But like overall, the game I feel like it's exactly as I remember for the most part. So it's I don't know if I've honestly, it's funny because the only one that I haven't actually finished is Mass Effect 3, but like I haven't played Mass Effect in so long that I'm just like I'll just go through the first two as well again, and build up to that. Also been playing Yakuza 3, which thematically so far is my favorite because you're a dad who fights guys all the time, just a fighting dad, and I like that. That's a Ryan asking. Yeah, I like being a fighting dad. So, and it's funny because this game at Kiryu starts off, like, because they're living in Okinawa now. So Kiryu's wearing a very floral button-up shirt and beating guys up while wearing that shirt, and I think that's great. And also, I think, and lastly, I tried the Guilty Gear Strive demo, or beta, rather. I am more excited for that game than I have ever been. I cannot wait to fight my friends in that game and get my ass kicked at 1,000 miles per hour.
It's slower than Revelator.
Yeah.
Or at least when I played the alpha, it was. I don't know about now.
I've been watching a lot of combo videos, and it definitely feels more like not feels, but it looks more like the speed of like a halfway point between Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, in terms of speed, it looks like. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. And actually, the last game that I've been playing, we'll talk about on the show. But that's about it. Doing good. Feeling great.
So I still haven't beaten Persona 5 Royal, but
for shame.
Really, it's like.
I did get the game that you suggested last episode, Tommy. Murder by Numbers.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Slap Shots.
Yeah.
Nope. Already played that. Still didn't like it.
It's a good game.
Yeah, Murder by Numbers.
Murder, She Wrote.
Talk to me about it, because I only played maybe an hour or two.
I'm on the third case. And so I really like Murder. So I like Murder by Numbers. And honestly, I got so into doing the picture cross.
Yeah.
I kind of got started getting annoyed with some of like the story. I'm like, okay, yeah, talk.
See, that's what I like about it.
So, well, there's just like a specific, particularly in the second one, there's just like a couple of characters that I was like, all right, you're a red herring in this murder mystery. I don't want to have to talk to you to get more puzzles. Just let me go to the next set. But I got to. So I was kind of getting annoyed with it. And I was like, all right, it's a good picture cross game, but like, I mean.
Then why don't you, if that's what you want though?
Let me finish what we're talking about. So I was like, why? I was like, tell me, like, I mean, it seemed like you really liked it. So I went and downloaded some other picture cross games on my phone. And I quickly realized how much picture cross sucks on mobile so hard. And like quite a few of them also do it differently than that game does. And I realized, like, you know what? And I just kept being like, I wish I was playing Murder by Numbers. And I ended up like, then after playing other picture cross games, going back and really loving the story and like not being as like annoyed and just being like, and I like the difficulty level curve on the puzzles. I think it's really good. And yeah, I like that they don't do like some other picture cross ones that I downloaded. They do it where it's like 6 different colors and it's like 4 pink and then like 3 teal and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, no.
I'll like just give me them fill in the blanks and X's.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need anything more than that. And yeah, so I've been playing a lot of picture cross games.
Well, let me tell you, on your Switch for very cheap is Picross, which was like one of the first video game Picross franchises. All the Picross S games are on there. They're all phenomenal. There's like fucking 4 of them now, and they're relatively cheap.
I bought the Picross game on the DS. Is it the same game?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Same developers and all that.
Yeah, and so I really liked that. So I played that. I bought a new Atomi, a new steampunk one.
Oh no, a steampunk Otomi.
Ugh.
Love it.
Is there a bunch of like fucking
top hats,
monocles, and top hats and gears all over the place?
Actually,
umbrellas and balloons and shit.
Is a steam engine with a monocle on it. So,
everybody looking like Mr. Peanut.
Yeah.
So I played a lot of Picross games. I also went to pinballs today, which we went to before the pandemic. And with my mom and my nephew's in town, so with them, we're all vaccinated now, so went to Austin. And they changed a lot of it around, obviously, to be more in line with being able to socially distance. But they also seem like they expanded their like areas around there. And and they had like a rail shooter Halo game.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Like Raven Squad. So I played that, and
that's a big deal.
It is not, and I was kind of bouncing around because like
it's not good.
No, like
because it was like a big thing when that was coming out.
Yeah, like even for a rail shooter, it wasn't good, and it's one of those things where it's just like, I mean, most arcade rail shooters have this quality since you can't duck or like control your character at all. Like it is just chipping away at your health, no matter how good you are at the game.
Yeah, unless you're Time Crisis.
And I'm about to speak about that too. But it was like pretty quick. Like I played the Jurassic Park and then the Halo one, and the Jurassic Park one you can get through like an entire story. This was like literally 3 minutes, and like I see the thing hitting them. They're dying pretty quickly. I'm still that. Though also they have friendly fire in there, which I think is funny to say. I did kill an NPC by accident.
Oh yeah, dude! All those like, especially the old light gun games, like full of friendly fire. You know.
Yeah, that or an enemy hit them, and it was just like really well timed. But so my nephew has never heard of Time Crisis, and so Time Crisis 4 was out of order. So we played Time Crisis 5, and he liked it. He started getting really competitive with me and trying to like beat me and stuff like that. And he picked it up pretty quickly. But the funny thing is like afterwards, he's just like, my hand, it's so sore. I'm like, yeah, going to arcade.
You gotta practice you gotta
God.
exercise your trigger fingers.
And then I introduced him to a couple of the arcade brawlers. He played the X-Men game for the first time, the Simpsons one.
Did either of you play Colossus?
No.
Okay.
And then I tried playing the new Ninja Turtles brawler, where it's like the Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles one.
I like that one.
I did not. Mainly because I feel like much more than the other like more traditional arcade brawlers.
Wait. Are we talking like newest Nickelodeon Turtles, or like mid 2000s Turtles?
I don't know, like
Because
2010 Turtles.
okay, yeah, I know what you're.
I like that one. I like that one.
I mean, last time we went to pinballs, that machine wasn't there. But it's like now this like giant Nickelodeon like Turtles brawler game, and it's like has a whole bunch of platforming elements to it, like
Which we know you love.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I hate it. I didn't like it. I think it's just like, besides like obviously moving up and down and like attacking your enemies, you also have to like jump through a bunch of parts so you don't hit the terrain and environment. And I was like, and maybe it's also because I was playing that one by myself and not like with other people.
Yeah.
And it could be the four of them. Maybe that also had a lot to do with it, but I did not super enjoy it. I did get a bunch of temporary tattoos and a donut keychain.
Have you used any of them yet?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I saved them for all of us to do together on our first conference.
You should put them all on your face like a mumble rapper.
You're fucking funny. Oh, man.
I'll do that next episode. I'll put at least one on my face.
Yeah. A little nay nay.
If you're gonna call me that, I'm
It's a good name.
my nephews call me Aunt Shay Shay, so maybe I'll be a little Shay Shay.
Little nay nay.
But yeah, so pinballs is super interesting because like it's also weird to see all the changes like to an arcade because of the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of arcades that I know of in Austin that are like closed down now. We saw them even like while driving up.
With like tumbleweeds rolling past.
But like no more physical tickets. Ticket machines. Like I know before I would get the receipt and they would load up like you have this many tickets on a card, and I brought my old one with me and to like reload. But now like they just skip over the entire like you getting physical tickets, putting them and getting a receipt and doing all that. And there's no like they don't have any tokens whatsoever. Everything was a card.
No
and so,
tokens.
Yeah.
The fuck are we even doing? You know.
Yeah, I wanted it in my cup of it's like a jiggle jingle while I walk around and decide what I want. And just like.
Don't do that. I don't like that motion.
I feel you. You want to be fondling the tokens like you're fucking Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. That. So there's a couple games that I would play. Like there's a Ghost Town game that like are just real easy to like. Whatever money you have left, shove it in, and then just get a bunch of tickets so you can get your prizes and move on with your life. But like a lot of those games that are so like ticket heavy are really hard to do with the card because like you just have to like because you swipe it and so it's like and it runs out pretty quickly and you just keep swiping while you play the game. So you can't just like sit there and do it.
Man, yeah, that sucks.
So I will say, like, I mean, as far as like the actual pinball experience goes, that was super fun. My mom is a lot more knowledgeable at pinballs than I thought she was, or pinball machines, I should say. And so that was super fun, nice like bonding moment. But the arcade part of the pinball arcade did feel significantly different than like anytime I've ever gotten.
Sure.
And not that it's unsurprising things would change, but did feel like a bit surreal where I was just like, aw, my experience is different.
I can only take.
No one was talking.
Who's that?
Who is that?
Siri.
Oh.
Oh.
I have Irish man Siri, but I have a couple other Switch games that I bought for cheap, and
What are they?
I can't think of it right now off my head. I haven't played them. I saw they were cheap, and I was like, oh. I did also buy Little Nightmares that I haven't played, but a coworker is recommending it to me.
Play Inside instead.
Yeah, Inside Outside.
Well, I already bought it, so here we are.
Yeah.
And yeah. So
Ryan, are you holding your microphone?
Yes.
Oh. I was like,
Because
have no microphone.
it sounds better when it's right in front of my lips, and also I can go like
You like to fillet it.
No, Tom, shut up. I can also I can also do.
Fellatio Robinson.
Don't call me that.
Brian Fellatio.
People finally stopped calling me that.
Yeah, that was my nickname in high school. What? No, because when I have it up close, I can go like this. I can give a little smooch.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So.
Mm-hmm.
So our topic this week is replaying games that, and correct me if I'm wrong, that we didn't like the first time we played, or didn't really care for, didn't get into, but like, going back and revisiting them.
Yeah, second chances,
Yeah, it's all about second chances. Everybody deserves a second chance.
I mean, all right, yeah. For the premise of the show, sure.
Yes.
You crossed me once.
We have to present a united front here, Shanae.
All right, fine.
So yeah, I realized. So I've gone back to Doom Eternal, and Ryan recently went back to Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
Which are both games that we dropped off of pretty quickly,
Yeah.
Doom Eternal, I bought for myself and for Ryan the day it launched. And we were both super psyched for it.
Yeah. Because Doom 2016 is the shit.
Yeah. And then I started playing it, and I'm like, man, this isn't what I want, And I put it down for like over a fucking year.
Yeah.
And I've been playing it again this week, and I just can't put it down now.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me because, like, a lot of the problems I had with it at launch are still problems. Like, I can point out a lot that's wrong with this game, but I'm having a lot of fun with it now.
Yeah.
So, like, when it came out, I think that my biggest thing was the combat, in that, like, it's this whole, it's weird because I can hear myself coming out of your phone. It's this whole thing where, it's not bad. It's fine. Sinead, it's fine.
It's fine.
Let's see if these are charged enough.
All right. Well, like, the whole thing is, like, what is it? Glory kills get you health.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Chainsaw gets you ammo.
Yeah.
Or no, armor.
Oh, right.
Armor?
No, wait.
No, chainsaw gets you ammo.
Chainsaw gets you
ammo.
ammo.
And then fire gets you armor. Right?
Right.
And, like, to me, it almost reminded me of Bulletstorm, which we've talked about plenty of times. And I like Bulletstorm, but, like, Bulletstorm's their whole marketing was creative kills, but it incentivizes you to kill in the way that the game wants you to. And how is that being creative, right?
Right.
Doom Eternal very much does the same thing. In that, like, you have to play the game that they want you to play.
Right.
Whereas in 2016, you could really just do whatever the fuck you want. And I tend to prefer that. But, like, getting into it, I don't know. There's other problems, right? There's invisible walls. I'm still running into them all the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's invisible walls in places where, like, they could very easily have made these
wall.
polygons a little taller, and it wouldn't have been a thing, Like, they made it look like I could jump up there, You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like shit like that bothers me. The platforming sections, I do like the platforming sections, but like I talk about with like Tropical Freeze, right? I love Tropical Freeze in that like everything serves a purpose. All the platforms serve a purpose. They're attached to something in the environment that's doing something that's there for a reason. Whereas in Doom, it is very much Mario floating platforms, right? That make no sense being there. There's props that are straight out of Bowser's Castle. Yeah. You're like, what the fuck?
Well, what is Bowser if not a demon, Thomas?
Sure.
A turtle?
No.
A tortoise?
But that said, like once I got into it, like I can't put it down now, and I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be weird going back to 2016 after this now. You know.
Yeah.
Because what's good about it, once you start playing the way that the game wants you to play, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And like, I think part of me was a little bit intimidated because everybody was talking about how hard it is. That's another big complaint that I have with it, is that it's like it is way too easy. And I'm not talking about like a difficulty from like the fights go, but like the game gives you an out for everything that could go wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're low on health, then glory kill that.
Yeah.
You're low on armor, then set that on fire.
Right.
And there's enemies thrown in that are specifically there just for that reason.
Right.
They're basically moving armor crates, moving health kits. You know, like that's what they are. Not to mention like the life system. I think the life system is like the worst part about the game. In that, like the way that the way the lives works in the game is you collect extra lives like you would in any fucking game, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot about the lives.
Little symbol that you collect. It's an extra life, right?
Yeah.
So when you die, you lose a life, and you respawn with full health right where you died.
Right.
Right.
You returnal.
So basically what this means is that like even the hardest sections of the game, if you have enough lives, you're gonna get through it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I really feel like that's something that should have been addressed, but like, you know, I don't know, man. It's fucking fun. Like it's really fucking fun.
So like the conversation my wife Kayla and I had like the other night was a lot of how you feel about a game could have to do with your state of mind when you start playing that game. Or like, you know, like basically your like overall disposition when you start playing that game.
Absolutely.
Because she was talking to me about like the first time she tried to play Horizon.
Yeah. And
it was just after she had finished Persona 5. And so it's just like, well, it's really hard to jump into this game because it's, well, for all intents and purposes, it's not Persona 5. So, and like, or like,
see, but that's not even it for me though, right? Because like I said, the problems I had with it a year ago, I still have those same problems.
Well, but like at the same time, it sounds like from the way you talk about it, it sounds like one of the things that definitely fueled your purchase of this game is your enthusiasm about Doom 2016 and the expectations that come with having played that game. And there are so many stark contrasts between 2016 and Eternal that it could easily be like, it's easy for it to be like initially off-putting.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I don't, you know, I'm not you, but
like the comparisons to 2016, like, yeah, was I excited for Eternal because of 2016? Absolutely. But like, it's like Strive, right? Like I'm excited for Strive.
Yeah.
Do I expect it to be like Revelator 2? Not at all.
Yeah.
You know?
But it sounds like whenever you first started playing the game, you did expect to have more variety in the way that you can play it based.
Yeah.
And then when that wasn't the case, obviously there was some disappointment. Going at this time, knowing that there's a way that they want you to play it, I think might have also definitely affected your perspective on giving it more of a chance because their disappointment isn't as fresh or as there.
Sure. Yeah. But I don't know. It's super fun. Like there are things I didn't like about there. I will say this: there's things I didn't like about it that I now like about it. Right. Like the way that they like made everything look like fucking Fruit Loops, right? Like,
I mean, I do
all
like
your
Fruit Loops.
your ammo pickups and
Yum.
like all that shit, health vials looking like they used to, and
Yum.
like armor looking like it used to, right? Like,
Yum.
I did not like that initially.
Right.
Because like it almost made me feel like Rage, you know, like
Yeah.
when Rage 2 came out, like, oh, let's just make everything bright and colorful because that's what's in now.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
But like it's nice because at a glance you know exactly like what you need and where everything is because of how brightly colored things are.
Right.
You know? Like it helps with the gameplay quite a bit. But
And I
yeah.
think like for a game that is kinetic as Doom, it helps to be able to like look at something for a split second and immediately know what it is, so you don't have to think about it
Right.
for too long.
And that's the thing. That's the other thing. Like I've been playing a lot of FPS because I've been recording a lot for this upcoming show, right? But
Right.
like, it's weird going back to it. I'm like, is this slower than 2016 was, or is this just feel slow because the other games I've been playing are much faster? You know.
Yeah. I think it's easy
like
for
Quake is faster
Yeah.
than Eternal. You know.
I
Proteus is faster than Eternal.
I think
you
it's
know?
it's hard. It's easy for Eternal to feel slower because of how vertical it is.
Yeah.
And I think that when you're moving up as opposed to moving forward, it definitely feels like you're slowing down some.
I don't know. Like Dusk
I think
Dusk has a lot of verticality to it. You can fucking fly in that game.
Yeah.
And it still feels much faster, you know?
Well, maybe it is slower.
no, I've never played the game Returnal, but I have seen videos of it, and it does seem like even compared to like other shooters to be slower, even with the verticality. I mean,
don't get me wrong, it's still faster than
myself,
Halo. It's still faster than Call of Duty, you know?
yeah.
But, like, that's not saying much for that kind of shooter.
Sure.
I mean, no, Halo is so slow. It's
Yeah.
even the arcade rail shooter is so slow.
Yeah.
But stop talking about the arcade shooter.
Uh,
But, yeah, like, I don't know.
Disappointed, man.
You know, like, the
Over it.
environments are cool, right? Like, the environments are cool. The enemy redesigns, I think most of them are better, not all of them.
yeah.
The new enemies are pretty cool. As much as I didn't want story in a Doom game,
Sure.
and this Doom game has more story than probably all the rest of them combined,
Right.
you know, it's pretty interesting. Like, there's a lot of plot holes, but it's pretty interesting.
I don't know.
You know?
The increased amount of exposition is kind of what was one of the things that turned me off about it when I tried to
Yeah.
play it.
Me too initially, but like it's pretty cool. It's at least to me, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And like I think I like that about 2016. At the time, 2016, you could have said the same thing, right? It had
Yeah.
more story than every other Doom game combined, except for maybe 3.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, you could skip most of it, and most of it, the Doomslayer showed like expressed that he wasn't really there for it either.
Yeah.
You know, which is kind of funny. But like.
Well, yeah, and that was
In this, you can skip most of the cutscenes here as well.
yeah.
But if you don't, they are quite long. There's a lot of it, right? There's
Yeah.
a lot of it. But, like, it's pretty interesting. And it's interesting that the way that it, like, ties the whole franchise together, you know?
Yeah.
Except for 3, obviously. But, like Doom 64 is, like, part of the lore now, you know? Like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't
Do you
know.
think that you would have been as down for it as you are now if you had played it like again, let's say like a year ago?
What do you mean?
So I'm saying like didn't this game come out like 2 years ago?
It came out last year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same day as Animal Crossing, remember?
Oh, I forgot about all those memes.
Yeah.
Goldfish memory. All right. Is my question. Because that would have been 2 years.
Yeah,
Oh my
no.
gosh,
It feels like it.
Animal Crossing?
Yeah, it does
Oh
feel
my
like
God.
it. I mean, it's been over a year, right? A year from March,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But,
No, it's been a little bit over a year, but yeah. But I can't like ask you questions like, hey, do you think Future Tom, like if you hadn't replayed it now and replayed it in a year, you don't know what you would think in a year.
I don't know. And, you know, it's funny because, like, all I've been playing is these first-person shooters recently. And most of them are from indie developers, Not all of them, but the majority of them are,
Yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of nice playing a big budget fucking game,
Yeah.
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 Like,
I mean, you kind of need that every once in a while, Treat
and
yourself.
I do think Proteus is a better game. I do think Dusk is a better game.
Proteus
but,
fucking rips, dude.
But like, it's nice playing a big budget game sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That big old money dick.
Yeah.
You say big money dick?
I said swinging that big old money dick.
Oh, sure.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I do that.
Ryan, you said that you also have been replaying a game recently.
Yeah, so like as Tom said, I've been playing Resident Evil 7 Biohazard recently. And so
Is this because you want to play 8?
well, no, it's because I got it as part of the PlayStation collection, and I need something to play on this PlayStation 5, please. But so like as most people who know me would know, like I'm pretty susceptible to the intended effects of horror fiction. It's very easy to scare me with a good horror movie, and horror games work much the same way for me. And so when I first played Resident Evil 7, it was here at home with Tom, and when I played it, I was going to like ready to be frightened, ready to be startled because it
is startling.
There are some startling aspects to this game, yes. But like when I first played it, I don't know. I had this specific expectation of the game about how the game would affect me, and how what kind of levels of anxiety I could expect making my way through the game. And so when I played when I did that first session, that first play session with Tom, I got to about the point at which the matriarch of what are their names? The Griffins, the Parkers, the Bakers, the Baker family.
Candlestick makers?
When the father, Jack Baker, is stalking you through the house.
That's like what, 20 minutes in?
About 20 minutes, yeah. And on one hand, it can be pretty scary, right? Because like unlike Resident Evil 2 and 3, like the person stalking you is doing so in what is a much smaller environment, and so it's like much easier for him to find you. And
and he's talking to you too.
Yeah, he likes to talk to you. Nemesis and Mr. X don't talk. Those guys are all action. But
I mean, Nemesis says stars.
Yeah, I mean that's his favorite word. So, but so in that play session, like one of the things that got me was when you get to the point in the game where when Jack Baker is actively chasing you or stalking you, like once he finds you, he's very he's very aggressive, and he can close that distance really quickly. The thing about it is Ethan, the player character, he can't move that fast, so it's really easy for Jack to come up behind you and attack you. But the thing that got me is that his favorite thing to do is grab you by the face from behind and turn you around so you're looking at him, and then you got to turn back around and run away from him. And I guess like I was having so much trouble with it that it kept happening. Over and over and over, and to the point where like the novelty had.
Did you become numb to it?
Yeah, but like it went from scary to annoying very quickly for me.
You don't grab me. I don't know you like this.
You know what's funny is like if you think about like Resident Evil, any of them, right?
Yeah.
Like the player characters never move that quickly, right? But like I totally agree with you. Like it seemed like Ethan was slower let's say Leon is, or Claire
And I think
is,
you
or
can-
Jill is, right? But then when I modded RE2, like the most recent RE2, to play in first person,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, he's slow as fuck too.
Yeah,
He's
and
so fucking
I was
slow.
gonna say, like, I think you can like lend that perception to the first person
Yeah,
camera because
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it seems
Like,
slower.
he is moving the same speed as
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah, but
just
like-
being in that perspective, yeah.
Yeah, it's so like I didn't touch like after that, like after I played it with Tom, I was like fuck this game, this sucks. I hate him turning me around all the time. I hate it, right?
Sir, I'm going in this direction for a
He
reason.
spins you right round.
Yeah, like a record baby right round. and and so I was like, you know what? God damn it. Hold on. Okay.
Who's calling you?
I don't know
It's
who's
the police.
It's like we heard what you said about Resident Evil, Ryan. but so you know, I got to the point where I was like, you know what, maybe Resident Evil 7 is not the game for me. Maybe I just, you know, maybe I don't like it. And then like, you know, fast forward like what, 2 years, and like you know,
I'm sorry, Shanae. Are we boring you?
I'm sorry. Am I? You want me to speed it up? Okay, I'll speed it up.
I woke up 3 hours earlier than I normally do. I'm sorry.
Sure.
It's me. I need more of this bowl.
You
I'm
wo-
sorry.
you woke up at noon instead of 2.
I woke up at 10 instead of 1, thank you. But I go to work at 4 p.m. and off at 1 a.m.
Sure.
So
Sure. So, like, when you get the PlayStation 5, you get like 20. They give you like what, 20 games, 20 PlayStation 4 games to play on that sumbitch. And so Resident Evil 7 was one of them. And at that point, I didn't own it on console. I only have it on computer. And so I was like, you know what? Let me give this thing another try. And so I'm playing it, and again, I'm like, you know what? Maybe it'll scare me this time because I'm in it for the scares, baby. Okay.
Scared
And
me.
I like it now.
well, here's the thing: is that like, not only is it not scary to me, it is actively hilarious to me, pretty much the whole time. And like, I don't.
You're married now, so you're a big strong man who can't get scared.
Wait, yeah. So the fucking
Yeah.
Zombie
Yeah.
in Dead Space that
Yeah.
you knew was gonna jump up that scared
Tom,
you
I've told you.
is less scary to
Tom,
you.
I've told you 1,000 times that zombie in Dead Space is like a fucking toaster. I know it's coming, but when it happens,
But
like
that's more scary to you than fucking Blair Witch and symbiote monsters.
yes, I guess.
Okay.
I don't. Well, you know what? I think that a lot of what is
You're
funny.
a big strong man now.
I think a lot of what is funny about Resident Evil 7 is Ethan himself, because like his reactions to everything are so muted and so funny to me. Because like it's basically like he'll see like some crazy shit, and there's nothing about him at this point that would imply to me that he is used to seeing things like this. But like he'll see like the most crazy thing. Like he there's a part early on in the game where Jack Baker puts your gun in his mouth and blows his own brains out with it, and Ethan's reaction is tantamount to, oh shit. It's just like
That's every Resident Evil,
yeah,
though.
but
That's
like
every
but
protagonist in
but
every
here's
Resident Evil
the
game.
thing. Here's the thing. Is that I could chalk it up to most of those characters having some level of experience and very scary
No.
Leon was a
listen
soldier?
listen to me.
Well, first of all, Leon was a cop, and it was his first fucking day.
Okay, listen to me before you say no and shake your head when I'm talking. All right? What I'm saying is I could chalk it up to most of those characters. Not all of them, okay? Most of them. I could chalk it up to most of them have some kind of experience being in scary situations. Not morphing symbiote hillbilly monster situations. I get it. But scary situations to where their resolve has been hardened. Their nerves have been
I mean,
steeled.
Jill's was pretty frightened.
But then I realized then I got to the point where I was like, oh, this is just part of it. This is just part, like, that's the joke. That's him. That's just like the whole thing. It's just part of it. And so like, and then going into it, like, it's still funny because like he'll like I chainsawed Jack Baker in half, and he was still talking to me, and Ethan was like, yeah, I did it. And then it was just like, it wasn't like, oh shit, that just happened. And so it's really interesting to like see his reactions to all this stuff and like go through all this stuff. And then like, so it's just like, it's more entertaining to me than it was. And I think that also like maybe like because I think that also I felt like for some reason I felt that Resident Evil 7 was obtuse to me in a way that I wasn't prepared for. And I think I've played some other games since then that are infinitely more obtuse that have kind of like softened me to that stuff. And so I've been able to progress and find my way through that game more easily than I think I was able to before.
You think it's more obtuse than other Resident Evil games?
No, I don't think so. But at the same time, I haven't played a Resident Evil game. I haven't played Resident Evil games like regularly since like middle school, you know?
Sure.
Also, he kept getting turned around by Dad. So.
Well, that's true.
Which, like, by the way, like that was the whole thing. Like, and it happened to me less this time. It happened to me a few times, but it happened to me less this time. Now, my criticisms of the game that I felt like I had back then too are still there. Like, I don't particularly like the shooting in that game. You know, and I don't particularly like. So I don't particularly like some of the puzzles in the game, but like overall, like I'm having a much better time. Like, cause like it's just because now it's just like I'm seeing it as like this funny campy horror movie, and it's just fun to like make my way through it. I feel like at this point I'm still gonna stay with it. I don't know how likely I am to play Village at this point, because like the internet has kind of burned me out on it already. But overall, Resident Evil 7, I'm having a better time with it than I was, 2 years ago.
I want to play Village, but I want to finish 7 first. You know? And I hear Village is like easy 7.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's 7 but easier.
Well, like somebody told me that it's got like the amount of action as Resident Evil 5.
Yeah. Punching boulders. Yeah,
punching boulders and slapping those zombies.
And hot vampire ladies.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to slap ladies.
Shanae. Yeah, you don't. Shanae, this is 2021. We don't do that anymore to people. So.
What about vampires?
Is she a vampire? Will that confirm that she's a vampire, or is that just what people are saying?
She's a vampire.
Is that where Resident Evil is at now? Is like actual monsters? They're not bioweapons anymore. They're like actual monsters now.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, they're mummies and werewolves and vampires.
Well, because I heard there are werewolves in that game. That's what I heard. So
yeah, there.
I don't know. I mean, maybe they've gone to that. Maybe they've gone that route. But anyway,
I'm pretty sure there's still like a. Bioweapon tie to all that.
Maybe, but I've seen zero mention of I've seen zero mention of BOWs or Umbrella or any of that stuff. I haven't found.
They had an Umbrella logo in the first trailer.
Did they? Yeah. How many trailers do you think I watch a day, Tom? I'll tell you how many. 0. And I know this much though. I saw a Whataburger cup in the trash can at the beginning of the game, and I thought that was kind of nice. Because
in 7, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
do they not do like a phenomenal job with that Texas ID?
Yeah, because
right.
I looked at because early in the game you find your wife's discarded ID. And it's all covered in muck and everything, but you can make out like some of the details of it. And I looked at that ID and I took out my own. I was like, hey, look at that, same. It's pretty neat. It's like
that's my ID.
I'm
my wife.
It's you in the game.
it's a needless level of detail that I still was like, hey, that's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Resident Evil 7, not as bad as I thought.
Shanae, is there anything that you've gone back to that you enjoyed more the second time around? Shanae?
Not that I can necessarily think of with this topic, because we've talked about it before. I'm kind of like, if I get like, it has to grab my attention and I'm gonna get like fully into it. Like even like a murder mystery, like picture cross game. I'm done a bunch of other ones
Yeah.
to compare it to. Like,
Yeah.
there's like, unless it, I mean, there's definitely games that I didn't like. I didn't finish, and I've gone back and replayed. But nothing I think of that like I didn't like. If I don't like it, and like if I can't be obsessive about it, then it's dead to me.
Yeah. See, what's weird, like that's why I think this is interesting. Because I don't know exactly how Ryan felt about 7. I think similar to me though. We both dropped off that game pretty early on. I think I was a little farther along than him, but not by much.
Yeah.
But like with Doom, like with Eternal, I'd pretty much like decided I just wasn't gonna play that game. And now, like, it's not like I went back to it and I kind of like it. Like, I'm fucking loving it.
Yeah.
You know, despite all the blemishes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I really think it's a state of mind thing. I really think like if you approach a game with a different state of mind than you had before, then I think it can definitely affect how you feel about playing it.
Yeah.
Like likewise, I tried to play Bulletstorm recently, and I know that you still really like that game, and I realized that like, maybe I don't like that game so much.
Why is that?
I think like it's a few different things.
Is it because you play as an asshole?
I don't know. I think that most games you play as an asshole of some sort, but
Not of that sort, though.
yeah, definitely not of that sort. That's true.
Not of that sort.
No,
Yeah.
but one of the things I did notice, because I think I played Bulletstorm within like the last month or so, and I was just like, man, what the fuck is this dialogue even?
Oh, dude, I think the writing's pretty good, and like it's Steve Bloom, right, and Jennifer Hale.
Yeah.
Like I think the voice acting's pretty good too, but like
It's
it's very much that like when that game came out.
sure.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's one of the things about it. Was like, man, this game is dated in more ways than one. But and so some of the shit like I don't know. I think that like because like back when I played it in like 2012, I was just like. I don't know. I guess I had a different mindset about certain things back then, and now like when I go back to
you did.
and then so like now when I try to play it, I'm just like, nah. So
Yeah, I definitely have more experience with like going back to games I thought I really liked, and like playing it in. I was like, I know more now, and I don't like this.
Your tastes are more refined now.
Sure. Yeah, I'd say
Like,
so.
I have now experienced games in the same genre that do things much better.
Sure.
Whether it came out before or after it is like that's a toss up, but like but it's just like I've definitely had games where I didn't think I was gonna like. I mean, it's not really a second chance. It's more of I was wrong.
Sure. Yeah. Like you liked
That's
it
how
before.
I feel about
Garbage.
Borderlands.
Yeah. That's like you liked like you liked it before, and like now you go back to it and you're like, yeah.
I never
Honestly,
loved it,
I've been
but
thinking
like
about-
I enjoyed my time with Borderlands 2. I think mostly because of who I was playing with.
Yeah.
You
me.
know.
So
But,
I actually got some of my friends. They were looking for a game to play as a couple. That's pretty like easy to get into, but like still had some kind of competitive edge to it. I'm like, Borderlands, man.
Nope. Don't do that. Do not do that. No, don't do that unless you are both the kind of people to search every box, or you're both the kind of people to just run through it. Because I'll tell
I
you.
mean, you don't have to wait on anybody though.
I mean, you say that,
No.
but you say that.
I mean, it's whatever. I suggested it. He owned it. He'd never played it.
Yeah.
They played it and had a great time. So suck it.
Yeah,
Shit.
Ryan, suck it.
Well, for all you know, they're both the kind of person to search every box or run straight through. So I could still be right. So you suck it.
No. You said nope when I said I suggested it.
Oh, that's
Yeah, you suck it, Shanae.
yeah. Wait, no, you suck it, Tom.
Hey.
Yeah, I'll suck
You
it.
will. But yeah, I've been trying to think of like what I own or what I've played and I just really didn't like that I'd be willing to revisit. Since we were talking about the topic. I've been busy, so I haven't really gotten a chance. But I've been really like thinking. I've been really trying to figure out like what have I played that I would want to give a second chance to. And so I kind of wanted to give it to you guys. I mean, like, I know that y'all are playing ones recently given a second chance to, but y'all play a more variety of games and more often than I do. What do you think has like kind of made that like a game worth going back to? Why did you go back to Returnal? I mean, I know why you played 7
Doom
because
Eternal.
PS5.
Yeah.
You gotta play something.
Not Returnal.
Whatever.
Uh,
Eternal. Like, what made you want to try to play it again? Is it just you're playing other first-person shooters and you're
yeah,
just
mostly because I'm doing
or-
this show and like everybody who loves boomer shooters is fucking in love with Doom Eternal, you know?
Yeah.
Except for me, so I'm like, are they wrong or am I wrong? You
Yeah.
know?
Okay,
Because
boomer.
it has to be one or the other, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it has to.
but but I figured, you know, like
Do you think that
it was on sale and I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. Oh, by the way, first time I played it was on PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Playing it mouse and keyboard, way better.
Well, of course,
Way
it's,
better,
of course, it's
you
way
know?
better. That's what
it's your computress?
that's one of them foregone conclusions, Thomas.
Yeah, but like, there are games that I'm like, yeah, this shooter makes sense for console.
Yeah,
And then there are games where I'm like, no, you shouldn't have released this on console.
I see.
And I think Doom should not have been released on console. There are difficulty levels of Doom Eternal that I can't imagine anybody successfully completing on a PlayStation.
This guy
know?
gets himself a new computer, and now he wants to kill all console games.
Yeah, that's it. But I mean, 2016 I played on PS4.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It is that, Sinead. It's that I'm researching this shit, right? Dude, over the past week I've bought probably 30 FPS games. Eternal just happens to be one of them.
Yeah.
You know?
So, but like other games though, even in the past that y'all can think of that you've given a second chance to, does it always just kind of seem to be like happenstance, or because like you're doing something else, so you just kind of get into it? Have you all ever like purposely been like how you were like everyone else loves it, like either they got it wrong or you're wrong, let's do second opinion?
Yeah, for me it's always either nostalgia, right? Like going back to GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Or
You didn't like
like
GoldenEye at first?
no, I loved GoldenEye, but like, you know,
Also,
that's
why-
a
what's
reason
second
why I would go
chance?
back to a game. Second chance, not really. There are games that I'll go back to because in my mind they must not have aged well.
Right.
You know, like kind of what you're saying, right? Like a game that I liked before, but probably isn't good in 2021.
Yeah.
I'll go back to check that out and to check my theory, right? But like, I feel like most of the time, if I think that, I'm right, and if I don't think that, then I'm, you know, like
Pleasantly surprised.
like System Shock, right? Like it is incredibly hard to go back to System Shock now.
Yeah.
You know, the first System Shock. Yeah, there's like some enhanced edition from Night Dive now that supposedly makes it a bit more modern. So
Sure.
I'll have to try that out. But like, if you're going back to like unaltered System Shock 1,
Sure.
holy shit, that's hard to go
I would
back to.
100%
You
never
know?
play the original release of Perfect Dark again.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
so like for me, like I think about games that I initially have like a negative association with, like for like the main example that always pops into my head is Sleeping Dogs, because I think Sleeping Dogs is certainly a great game, but at the same time, the one time I actually played through Sleeping Dogs, it was to distract me from like a really bad breakup. So like I was sad pretty much.
It was either, I'm gonna be sad while I play this game.
Well, like I
You
had
can't. What's the Sleeping Dogs guy? What's his name?
Shinwei.
Yeah, you can't be sad when you wear that entire golden body skin.
Yeah, but I didn't have that at the time. But like, see, that's the thing, right? Is that you know, I associate like there for the longest time, like that was that game's association in my mind was that time of my life. And so like I've been wanting to go back to it and play it like now that I'm in a much better place and actually just be able to enjoy it for what it is as opposed to enjoying it as a distraction from the bullshit I'm going through. And I think that like that game would feel different to me because of it. Whether the gameplay has held up over that time, you know, is another thing. But like I'd at least like to play it in like a better state of mind. So
Yeah. See, for me, it's
Yeah.
always more mechanics, right? Because like I can think of Sleeping Dogs. The last time I played Sleeping Dogs was whenever the enhanced definitive edition, whatever it was, came out for last gen consoles, right?
Yeah.
Earlier in that generation. But I can look back at a game like Sleeping Dogs without playing it and be like, yeah, it probably still plays well because it plays exactly like all these other games.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like with a game like System Shock, that's just like super menu heavy and
Yeah.
like menus that you don't need, but they're there. You know,
Yeah.
like it's just like super weird. That shit like that's one. It's almost the opposite, right? Like I can almost guarantee myself that that's not going to be fun to go back to.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
But what if you're wrong? What if you get those menus and be like, oh, we did need these. I was wrong all along.
No.
I should play
There are
the.
things you don't need in that HUD. Like the enhanced edition proves it, right? Because it takes away like half of that information.
Yeah.
But
I should go back to the first Bioshock. And
I played that recently,
Yeah.
just for that trailer.
Yeah.
But yeah.
yeah, I should go back to the first
I
Bioshock
thought-
and see what's going on with that.
I've also been thinking that because I have a coworker, she's never had a video game system really ever in her life, and she's a Switch now. So, and she also recently bought a Game Boy Advance. So I let her borrow Legend of Zelda, Age of Seasons, and that for her Game Boy. But she also bought Bioshock for the Switch, and so
Oracle
she's never
of
like,
Seasons.
or you are, it's Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. You're right.
Yeah.
I just mishmashed the two.
You
You're
ma-
right.
you maxed them.
I
What?
maxed out.
Yeah, you maxed out.
I think your internet's messing up, but yeah. So there's been a lot of Bioshock talk going on at work.
Shock
Yeah.
talk.
God, it's been so long.
Brian, you with us, bud? Your internet's kind of.
No, I'm checking.
Funky.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
Yeah, it's just
'cause-
concerning because you're the one that's recording.
Yeah, I'm looking at the recording. Seems fine. So
Okay.
I'm
I
watching
mean,
it.
you're frozen.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm still moving on the recording though, so we're Gucci.
All right. All right.
Quit saying Gucci. I absolutely hate it.
Well, I like you know what? I like saying it. You know, this is America, Shanae. And you know what? I'm not gonna let you
That's true, Ryan. It's hard
dictate.
to understand you.
Oh, sure. Okay. This is it's Hilfiger. So you know that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're Hilfiger
good.
now. Yeah, we're wait, no, he's a racist. We're Kleinen.
Misogynist.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. We're Sean Johnin. I don't know. We're Fubu.
Yeah.
Oh, Sean. No, I don't even remember what I was talking about at this point.
You got it.
Yeah. No, I don't remember any of it. But yeah, do y'all have any closing thoughts?
I guess like I don't know. Go back to games, right? Go back to games that you think are shit because maybe they're not shit.
Yeah.
Except for Bound by Flame, don't go back to that.
Yeah. You like do not go back to that game.
Or if games that you never played because you marked it off the list, maybe you'll give them a second. Maybe give it a second look. Maybe see if your opinion might change.
Yeah.
Maybe play it for the first time.
Yeah. Maybe there you'll find a steampunk Otomi that you like. You know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You never know.
Maybe you want to throw Randy Pitchford a few bucks, you know?
Sure.
Also, if you happen, not at all to this topic related, but if you happen to have Apple TV Plus, Mythic Quest, okay show, but specifically season 1, the episode Dark Quiet Death, go watch that. Go watch that episode.
I can't watch that show.
The show, mediocre. It has some charming moments.
It's not. It's
season
always
2.
sunny. So
I haven't watched season 2, but they have a I forget what they're called, but the one-shot episodes where it's like different from everything else.
yeah.
But they have one of those that lovely episode actually. So
Beautiful.
the entire season 1 excluding that show, I would give like a 6 out of 10. That one episode would be 9.5 out of 10 for sure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Dark Quiet Death. Go watch it. It's great. From the show Mythic Quest. But as far as our show goes, you can find us on most podcast apps. You can find us on the YouTubes. We got a Discord. Don't shake your head at me. I'm spitting facts here about what we're on.
Shanae, don't say spitting. I can't understand you.
All right.
Yeah, Shanae, you're too young for that.
Yeah.
If you promise to never say Gucci again, I won't say spitting again.
I promise nothing.
To be fair, Gucci existed like, way before all these millennials started using it.
Yeah, we Gucci.
I don't care, but saying like I only hear the douchiest of douchebags say that's Gucci.
Yeah,
Like,
we
fuck
Gucci.
off with that shit.
We Gucci. Hey, look, Shanae,
All
language
right.
evolves
Bye,
and is organic.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.